Okay, so today I have a desk full of keyboards because I want to do a quick guide on which one should you be purchasing, especially if you just set up a desk setup or you're looking to upgrade from using your laptop keyboard into something different. Now, I do have three different categories here. I have the normal scissor switch keyboards, I have a low profile mechanical, I have pre-built mechanical keyboards, as well as having some of the more custom or keyboard kits. I always call them kind of the more premium just because price wise these are going to be a lot more expensive than these. But if you're really talking about price, I think even at $150 price range, which is the normal price for some of these pre-built keyboards, that is going to be a premium keyboard over something that's going to be under 100. Now, for the first category, I do have the Apple Magic Keyboard. This is going to be their normal keyboard. This is going to be the Lightning one with the Touch ID. So obviously, if you're someone that uses a Mac, getting a keyboard that's going to be the most compatible, getting the first party one is always going to be a great option. It does have Touch ID that works only with the M Series Macs. So that's something that I have for my MacBook. This is going to be a brand new one that I just purchased. I honestly think this is a great option if you have a MacBook and you want something quick and easy, something that's always going to work straight out of the box. But it does feel really cheap. Now, the other alternative, which is going to be my recommendation for anyone, including if you do own a Mac, regardless of that one being a first party, is going to be the MX keys. Now, this is the white version without the number pad. This one is a keyboard that I've owned for a few years now, and it honestly feels a lot better than the one from Apple. To begin with, you have a lot more features with the MX keys. You do have three different connectivity options, so you can go with 1, 2, or 3, have 3 different devices, something that you can't do with the Apple Magic Keyboard. You also do have a little bit more weight, making it feel a little bit more solid, a little bit more premium, which this one feels really plasticky. You also have a bunch of customizable options or buttons up here with the F Row that you can set up with the Logi Options app, something that you don't have with the Magic Keyboard. And you also have USB-C charging, which I guess you also can have on the Magic Keyboard if you go for the more expensive one. And the biggest benefit to me and to a lot of people is going to be that this is an older keyboard. This is the regular MX keys. And because of that, you can find them renewed, you can find them refurbished, you can find them used for less than $100. The lowest I've seen them go on Amazon is down to like $30, $35 for the MX keys is such a great value compared to the Apple ones. If you want the one with the Touch ID or you want one of the newest ones, it's going to be $100 or around $100, even for a refurbished option, which I paid $90 for. Now, because of that, I think the value to features or the value for the amount you're paying is always going to go to the MX keys, even though it is a third-party keyboard. Moving on to the next category, you have low profile mechanical keyboards. This is going to be a category that's meant for anyone wanting to make a jump to a mechanical keyboard, but you still want kind of that low profile, something that's not really going to hurt your wrist, something that you're not kind of used to having a higher profile keyboard. You can go with a low profile one. This here is the Nufy Air 75 version 2. So it is their newer keyboard, and you have all of the same options that you have with the MX keys. You have 1, 2, 3 different Bluetooth connections that you can set up. And you even have a fourth one being the 2.4 gigahertz one. So you can also set it up with that 2.4 gigahertz dongle in case like your computer or your PC doesn't have Bluetooth. Now, the good thing about some of the pre-built low profile ones is that a lot of them now come with VIA compatibility, which is a third-party software open source where you can customize every single key to your liking. You can set them all up to be completely different. You can switch between the Windows Alt to the Mac command. You can set up the function row to do something completely different. You can set up all of these extra keys to do something different. You can basically customize the whole keyboard layout the way that you would like. Something that I personally like about pre-built keyboards is that you also have the Mac and Windows switcher. You can switch between Mac and Windows layouts. A lot of the time they come with the Mac layout kind of pre-made already, but you can switch to the Windows one with some extra keys, and it's fully customizable. You can switch out the switches in case you don't like the way it feels. You can switch out the keycaps in case you want a different look. And just overall, the versatility of a low profile mechanical keyboard is going to be a great option if you're looking for something similar to the low profile switches. To me, a great option is going to be Newfie. Keychron also makes some great keyboards. Lowfree, I believe is how you pronounce the other brand. They also make pretty good keyboards. I would stay around from any keyboard brand that doesn't offer a third-party software, because a lot of the times it is going to be limited to Windows only software. Moving on to the next category, that's going to be the pre-built normal profile keyboards, and I have one from Newfie here and I have one from Keychron here. Both of these are going to be the options with number pads, but they also have different layouts available. And the main thing about these keyboards is that they come ready to use straight out of the box. As soon as you take it out of the box, this is what they look like. You can kind of hook it up to your computer with, again, 3 different Bluetooth sections or a 2.4 gigahertz dongle for that 4th connection. They all are VIA compatible for the most part, especially Keychron and Newfie are 2 of the brands that have them VIA compatible. You get other little kind of things or features like a kind of customizable badge here that says Halo, because this is their Halo series. You get some LEDs down at the bottom part of the Halo series. Again, you get some LED lights here. You get some double shot PBT keycaps. All of that extra stuff really just means that this keyboard is going to last a long time compared to other materials. Now, with these keyboards in the middle section, you are going to be getting materials that are a little bit on the more budget-friendly side. You get a lot of plastic. Some of them do come with aluminum, like this Keychron here has aluminum rails to add some weight to it. It fixes a lot of the things like having a hollow sounding keyboard, having some of that echoey sounds whenever you click the keys. And the great thing about pre-built keyboards, which I think is a great option for a lot of new people that are getting into mechanical keyboards, is that they already come pre-built and they sound pretty great. These aren't keyboards anymore that are going to sound bad, that are going to be like super echoey, that are going to be super springy. For the most part, all of these companies have fixed it, unless you go with one of those third-party brands on Amazon that are like $20 keyboards. For the most part, you're getting a pretty solid device. The next option up is going to be more of the custom keyboards, or I call them keyboard kits, because all of these are technically custom keyboards. You can customize the layout, customize everything with VIA. These are just more premium in terms of the materials they use, the design that you get that's more kind of catered towards that specific keyboard rather than everything going out. They're also made in limited quantities, so the availability of them also drives the price up. This one here that I have is one from Mode Designs in collaboration with Matthew Encina, or his Mod Museum brand, as you guys can see down here. The type of material this is going to be copper, so it is pretty hefty. This is a pretty heavy keyboard, and it does use different materials. So it uses copper, I believe this is aluminum white, and you also get an oak wood top accent. I personally really like how this keyboard looks. It is going to be on the pricier side, especially compared to these other keyboards, and it also comes as a keyboard kit. So for a beginner, this might be a little bit too much if you're not comfortable kind of messing around with different components. But if you built a PC before, or you built something else that uses tech, this is honestly a no-brainer. This is really great if you enjoy building PCs, you enjoy putting things together. Getting a keyboard kit is always going to be a great option, and they're not all as expensive as this. This here is another keyboard from Mode. This one is less heavy, not as heavy as that one, because most of the design is used with aluminum rather than going with something like copper. Similar thing, you get a design that's a little bit different. It's not going to be the same as these other keyboards. You get different options for like an accent piece. You get a different option for the top piece, the bottom piece. You can really customize it to the way that you want, but there's only a limited amount of options, and a lot of people choose the same option. So like a white and black is a pretty common one. It's not really that unique, so I'm guessing a lot of people also have this variety here. But just the way that they look, the curves that they put in there, the different design is going to be different than something that's going to be like this. This one still has pretty cool design here as well, but they've now reused the Halo design for the past few generations, whereas Mode does change things around all the time. And it's not just Mode, there are other companies out there too that make more of the custom keyboard kits. The only downside is going to be you're paying a lot more for the customizability of it. You're paying a lot more for the design, the limited quantities, and you're not getting really that much more keyboard than something like this. This keyboard here, I believe was like $400, $500 for this keyboard with the copper bottom. And honestly, things that you miss out on are things like Bluetooth connectivity. There's no Bluetooth on this keyboard, so you have to use it wired 100% of the time. You don't get the different 1, 2, 3 or the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. You also have to buy the switches separately, adding another probably like $60 to $80 to the price. And you have to buy the keycap separately, adding another $50 to $150 to the price if you go with the more like GMK premium ones. That's going to add a lot. Overall, I think at all of these keyboards, if you're looking for something for a Mac, you can't go wrong with the Logitech MX keys. Even for Windows, you can't go wrong with the MX keys. This is going to be my 100% first recommendation to anyone looking to upgrade their keyboard. Go with the MX keys. There's really nothing better that you can find. It has some customizability. It has all of the connectivity to your different devices. Works with Mac, works with Windows. It really has everything that you would ever need from an external keyboard. If you are looking to get into mechanical keyboards, I personally would recommend that you go with a pre-built keyboard. I really like Newfie because of their design. I like their Halo series. They have other series coming up as well where the design is a little bit different, and I really like the way that they look. So Newfie is always a brand that I recommend. Keychron is another keyboard company that also makes a lot of pre-builds. I like them because they offer a lot of this more kind of generic keyboard look, which would be great if you're looking for something that you're going to be taking into an office. It's not going to draw a lot of attention. It looks just like a normal keyboard. For the custom keyboards, I don't really recommend, especially not to beginners. Definitely don't dive into like the super expensive hobby, especially if you like to keep your money, if you like to save money. But if you honestly really want to get into building keyboards, getting kits is a great option. It's a great hobby to get into. It's just going to be really expensive. For anyone just looking for a keyboard to replace their laptop keyboard, if they want to set up a desk, these are great options to go with to begin with. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Are you someone that owns on any side of the scale? Do you stick more to the left side of my table, or do you stick more to the right side? Let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you guys for watching. Click here to watch another one of my videos, and I will catch you on the next one.